local election headquarters, and the big day is right around the corner. Voters will decide the direction of our nation, all the way from our next commander-in-chief down to our local congressional districts in Louisiana. Joining us now with a preview is political analyst Dr. Theron Jackson. Dr. Jackson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Of course. So we do have some new numbers for the early voting ending yesterday in Louisiana.
Yes.
Secretary of State Nancy Landry announcing it's broken in-person early voting records. The previous was in 2020, where just over 99,000 voted on the final day of early voting. This year, more than 103,000 voted. So for you, what does this signal? Do you anticipate there will be more or less in-person voting on Election Day itself?
Yes, I think, well, it's going to be great to see after the fact. We'll know a lot more. But as it relates to anticipating, I think that there's going to be still a robust turnout on Election Day. I think not many people, I think, were paying much attention to this, but I do think that there's a trend. From 2016, we increased in 2020, even though COVID was going on. There was a significant increase in 2020. And now in 2024, we're above 2020. So it appears that people are gaining a muscle memory around civic responsibility and going out to vote. And so inside the numbers, there's some interesting details inside the numbers. But generally speaking, people in Louisiana are we're increasing our voter participation and turnout. I think that's a good thing.
Interesting. Do you think that there is a reason why people are specifically coming out during early voting more than years past?
Yeah, I think what I can best anticipate is that people are excited about a presidential election. As you may recognize now, these days we have an unending campaign. And so when the election is over, the campaign for the next one's going. And so very often there's an issue orientation around something, either personality or some special issue that's on the ballot. In this case, it's unique because we're pretty much, they're known commodities. There are rationales for choosing one side or the other. And I think I'm surprised to see as much momentum as we see going into the in-person election on November 5th.
Well, there was something very interesting you brought up earlier about how really it's only certain states that matter in the presidential election, and it's really about that community vote. Can you break that down for us? Sure.
I think one of the things that happens, and I certainly don't want to cause anybody to be apathetic, but I think some of the apathy, we talked about the last election, early voting in Louisiana, 28% turnout. This year, 31% turnout, so there's an increase. But there are groups and subsets who have decreased in their voter turnout. And I think what happens sometimes is that we hear about Wisconsin, we hear about North Carolina, Georgia, those Pennsylvania, those what they call swing states. Our state is not a swing state, and because we don't elect presidents by popular vote, we see people who win the popular vote and lose the election because of the Electoral College. And I think some people, when they start to think about the Electoral College, they feel themselves sidelined because we're in a red state. I mean, Louisiana's a red state. Nothing's going to happen between now and Tuesday to change the fact it's going to be a red state. We already know, it's a foregone conclusion then, who wins the electors from our state, right? So as a result, I think it's very important that we begin to educate and seek to motivate people around what happens beneath the presidential election, what happens in our local elections, what happened in this case, congressional elections. We have 2 in this area now. So hopefully that helps to drive people out because you have a direct impact on who that House member is in this case, District 4 or in District 6. So I think that's the solution, at least from my perspective.
A strong message to the community. Dr. Theron, thank you so much for your insight, and we will be watching those races closely.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, guys, keep it here. We'll be right back.